These are 3 mistakes that creative entrepreneurs make when pitching their projects, and I want you to avoid them. My name is Maria Finkelmeier. I'm a percussionist, a composer, and a professor of music business at Berklee College of Music. I create immersive events at concert venues and art galleries and massive public art extravaganzas. And I've made some of these mistakes in the past, so I want to share them with you. So the first mistake I want you to avoid is justifying before you connect. All right, so what I mean by justifying before connect is that you're like so passionate about your work, you are telling them why it's important before you tell them what it is. And it's something that we do kind of naturally sometimes because we're just like, this is so awesome, the world needs this, this is how it was inspired, and everyone is on the other side is thinking, but what is this? What are you talking about? So you actually need to start your pitches with what it specifically is in 1 to 2 sentences. Here's what my idea is. Boom, boom, boom. And then you start to justify. And then you start connecting what you're doing to that specific person or that team. And you're trying to make that bridge between what you're trying to do and what they want and what they need. But you can't just jump into the justifying. You have to connect and you have to tell them exactly what you're there to talk about first. So for example, the project that Allison Tannenhaus and I do called Frequencies is a video projection project in which we highlight the sights and sounds of a city through remixed visuals and audio. If you unpack all of those words, it makes a lot of sense. But if you just hear them for the first time, it can be really confusing. So we really try to, when we pitch this idea, to go straight to, we transform your city using original content from the people that live in your city. We could also start with this idea of, don't you want to just celebrate your joy? Don't you want to find what's unique about your city? If I start with those questions, people are like, yeah, but that could be related to anything. But if I state what the project is, this is a video projection celebrating your city, and then I ask the questions, there all of a sudden you have context. The second mistake I'm going to introduce is highlighting a negative. And you might be thinking, oh, Maria, I would never do that. If I'm trying to pitch, I'm staying positive. But let me tell you, it is a very natural thing to do in a situation in which you're trying to share your credentials, you're trying to kind of show what you're able to do. A lot of people naturally might say something like, you might think I'm too young to produce this project. The receiver might be thinking, oh, wow, I never thought you were too young. That concept never even entered my mind, but because you introduced it and you highlighted it, now it is a part of their thought process when they associate you with what you're trying to do. Instead, you could just stay in the positive. Here are the smaller projects I've done in the past, and here's how I'm ready to do this bigger project, as opposed to, again, introducing that you're young. Very simple, but very effective. The last mistake that people make is you wait too long to talk about the money. It's a very vulnerable and scary space, but you have to go into your pitch knowing your value. So maybe you're trying to raise money, or maybe you're just trying to get that commission, but you have to know the dollar amount in which you're looking for. Because if you don't know that, then all of a sudden they're making the rules. You also might wait too long to talk numbers, and you're so deep into this conversation, into the pitch, that you've lost the opportunity to start making the rules of what that negotiation might look like. So don't wait to talk the numbers. Talk about them as soon as you can. Always go into that pitch with the numbers in mind. So I believe if you avoid these mistakes, if you avoid justifying before you connect first. If you avoid highlighting the negative, stay in the positive space. And I believe if you talk about the numbers as soon as you can and you come prepared, you're well on your way to winning those commissions, to getting that grant, to fundraising for your startup. And I'd like to continue to help you. And I've created a workbook that outlines what to do to perfect that pitch. The link to the free workbook is below, so check it out.